At least I can't think of ever being presented with a list like that and to break everything down. It's like, I had my hand raised for every single topic. And I'm not crying for myself. I'm crying because it's such a beautiful thing to me when I can relate with somebody who has a passion for seeing the unseen in this world. Because my parents are the unseen. That's where I'm from. So they knew nothing but to teach me that I was unseen and nothing important in this world. And compassion was not a piece of our life. There was no space for it in survival. So it's obviously a passion of mine to give back. I've always been a giver. But I never understood how worthy I was of the same things I was giving out. Yeah. So I thank you. I thank everybody for their part in healing this world. Because there's so many people broken out there, and if everybody's honest with themselves with this list, and I want to put that list out there, there's tons of people wanting to help you, wanting to pour into you, wanting to make space for you. And we say help you, we don't mean, like we heard earlier, we're not going to tell you how to fix your life. We're going to extend that true, authentic compassion to you so that we can walk this journey together, so we don't have to feel alone while we're taking that next best step in life. So thank you, and that was a really great, thank you for sharing that. I think that really is going to, again, I said about one of our speakers coming up, Brandon will introduce her here soon, but we have a conference coming up on August 25th through the 27th, and that's just something that BTBY really has done for me, is just make, and they do for people, is make authentic space, right? Allowing people to be who they are and be accepted. And I guess she is next in speaking. We could introduce her, but So, again, as I started mentioning a little bit, I don't know what I do with my pen, where it is. As I mentioned a little bit ago, as I almost introduced Bryn too early, but here is a perfect example of two people from two totally different walks of life who, if we chose to show up at the beginning of our relationship the same people we had been just 5 years before, we wouldn't be sitting here today, because we were very unrelatable in our experiences, and we were just a lot of things we were unrelatable with. But it was my first true powerful experience with someone who didn't align with me, who was willing to make a neutral, safe space for me. And I just still didn't trust it at the beginning, because I've seen that before too. I see where people pose to be wanting to be helpful, just to find out that that was never the true intention. So I walk with, the old me was always walking in fear and waiting for something bad to happen, because bad things just happen in my world. And we both were just unapologetically ourselves. We stood our ground in who we were, and we felt what we felt, but what we allowed was compassion. And to gain that healthy compassion in our relationship, to be able to serve in the way we've showed up to serve, we had to not just share compassion, but we had to be willing, one, to listen.
2 ears, 1 mouth.
And not be scared to share who we were, right? We didn't back down, we didn't bend, we didn't say, well, I really want to work with Brent, so let me maybe see how I can change my views so that we can make it work. I said, no, Brent, here's who I am, here's what I am here to do, this is my goal. And she says, well, this is me, this is who I am, here's what I'm trying to do. Hey, we're headed in the same direction, let's do it together. And I'm so glad that we took that oath, and we even have a picture, I think, of us in in our pajamas basically, and we just said we made an oath to each other. We're gonna win together, we're gonna fail together, whatever we're gonna do, we're linking up and putting both feet together, and we're going on a journey to help other people. And we took that picture because we wanted to be able to look back and remind ourselves that we were willing to make this space and unite together even in all of our differences. And to me, that's a show of true compassion to one another. And we've just been able to grow, help a lot of people. And we have a conference coming up.
We have a big conference coming up.
So I want to make sure that we let everybody know that after you speak, let everybody know when this conference is, because I promise you, you attend, you get there one person, one way, and you leave a totally transformed person.
Say it again.
You arrive one way, and even if your life is great, that's awesome. You're going to arrive great, and you're going to leave greater. So it don't matter where you're at life, there's something for you. I promise. I've been to a couple of them. We speak, Activate Your Power Now will be there representing. So I want to make sure everybody knows, and they join us because it's here in Kansas City. This time it cycles through the Midwest. So it's not always city. So I want to make sure you know about it and you're there. So I'd love to introduce my partner in crime when it comes to hitting the road and spreading the good news out to as far as we can go and inspiring people.
Yeah, we're going to Virginia and New York.
With the BTBY movement, but Brenda Ringwood, the founder of BTBY, she's going to be sharing on compassion.
I want you to pull that up a little bit because I'm going to stand. Okay, we're going to do a little thing. BTBY, that's right. We're going to talk about what that stands for. That's why I wore my shirt today.
You didn't have to raise the camera that much.
Well, yes.
I was thinking the same.
So while she is doing that, I'm going to ignore that comment, right? I am known as the Professor of Change. I am not a professional motivational speaker. And you guys are going to say, what do you mean? You teach on that. I am a professional change maker.
That's right.
There's a difference. There's a difference. And I'm even going to flip the script on the word compassion. Yeah. Compassion. You guys are all talking about it, that it starts these wonderful movements and things and gets your brain working, right? Did you know what the real definition is? Feeling sorry for somebody. Pity. Did you know that? All right, so you guys ready for a little exercise? If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it. But are you? Are you happy? And you know what? If you're really not and you're just fitting in and you're just going with the crowd, then I have compassion for you. I feel sorry for you. Why would I do that, right? Because you're trying to fit in and you're going with the crowd and you're not standing up for who you are. So now let's try that again. And I only want the answers if you're truly happy. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. All right. Don't feel as sorry for you this time. I was feeling sorry for myself. I was feeling sorry for people that were in the same situation as me, that didn't have a voice in life, that didn't have a community, that was living their life sitting on a shelf. How many of you guys sit on a shelf and you're watching life through a corner? But you know you have more. You know you have a purpose. You know you have a passion for something. Because see, compassion leads to passion. Passion is the act that moves you from compassion to action.
Yes, yes.
So it starts with compassion. And I wanted people to see that they had a worth, that they were worthy of living a great life. They were worthy of becoming the best version of themselves. And you can't do that when you're still feeling sorry for yourself and you're having compassion for yourself. But when you start to do something about it and you move that compassion to passion, now you are moving in the right direction. That's what becoming the best you is. Becoming the best you is a journey that never stops.
Yes.
And when you think it's stopped, you better hold on, because it's going to continue on and on and on. Because once you stop, life's over for you. If you've already reached that level that you think you're the best that you can be, that's it. That's all you're ever going to be, is right there. So how about if we never get there, but we are always moving that post to become better and better and better? You owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself. Because if you don't, you're not going to have the life you want. It's never going to happen for you. Ever. Did you hear me? Ever. Compassion leads to passion. Passion is the word that's going to act on the compassion. Or do you have compassion for people? And do you have a passion to want to help them? And it starts with yourself. You can't help others if you don't start with you. There's nothing you can do in life that doesn't start with you. That also means that you are the only one that can stop you. When you look in that mirror and you say, my life is not going the way that it should, whose fault is that? We try to fit in. We try to be people who we're really not. We try to live a life for others. I had to change, which is why I have a butterfly. I'm known as the professor of change because I'm a change maker.
Yes.
I
she
teach
is.
people how to change. If you're not willing to change, change is going to happen, but it's going to evolve. And it might not evolve the way that you want it to. But when you take passion from compassion, your change will be in the right direction because you control it. That's what becoming the best you is about. We have several B2BYers here. That's what we call it, B2BY. And this is a movement because we want to see each and every one of you become the best versions of yourself. If you want to be a public speaker, if you just want to be a better communicator, if you want to be a better boss, a better employee, a better spouse, son, daughter, cousin, nephew, friend, just to be a better friend. When you become a better version of yourself, your relationships become real. Isabel, I love you, girl. I love you, girl. She is a prime example of becoming the best you. She is a prime example of wanting to have more for her life. Chuck Doyle's in the house, Coffee Cup Chuck, same thing. He has a passion for doing something, to get motivated. That's what Activate Your Power is all about, is to get you activated.
That's right. Let's get activated.
Activate Your
Become the
Power
best us.
Now is a beautiful platform to have the energy to share positivity with others. How many of you guys are negative? Okay? We all are. We're never always positive. But when you catch yourself being negative, you have to activate that happiness switch. You have to activate the switch that says, no more of that. You control your destiny. I'm not talking about your money. I'm not talking about your job. I'm talking about your mindset right there.
Right.
You have to change your mindset to become the better person, to become the worthy person, because it's already in there. But you have to take the steps to do it. I'm just going to leave it right there, guys. Activate your power now.
Yes.
AYPN.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. I want to just touch again on the conference. August 25th through the 27th will be at Kansas City, Missouri at the Hilton Airport.
Yes.
And it starts Friday at, what time are we starting on Friday, Bryn?
1 o'clock.
Okay, we start Friday at 1 o'clock and it goes till Sunday afternoon. It's a 3-day event. We have speakers, we have breakouts. Activate Your Power Now will be presenting Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. We're kicking it off, getting people activated early in the day so that they can get poured into, make that intentional space so they can listen newly, experience newly, and really get something out of this. But on Saturday night, BTBY conference, we have a black tie affair. Everybody gets to get dressed up as dressy as you want to be. And we have DJ, we have live music. We've had comedians in the past. I'm not sure if we have yes, we have a comedian. Live music, dance floor. So it just really turns into a party. For me, I'm going to share real quick that it was my first time I went to this conference. that was quite the experience. Yes, I got poured into. Yes, I still have tons of notes of great things I learned. But my favorite experience, and I don't know who can relate to me, I didn't graduate from high school. I got my GED after having my first son at 17. So the last grade I completed in a public school was 8th grade. I didn't make it past that. I was in and out of the juvenile detention system. So I never got to go to a school dance or do anything like that, nor was I interested. I never felt like I was missing out on anything. But when I put that dress on for the first time and went and I just imagined myself, right? I took, now with this new growth, with this shadow work I'm doing, and I got to feel beautiful, share space, and I just imagined it's what it should have been right when I was younger. Like, I'm like, I could have had this experience, but I chose not to. But I got to have it now, and what better time to have it now where I have a better idea of who I am, and I'm doing it with intentional people that want to grow and be the best versions of themselves. So it's something way different than I ever experienced before, and I just encourage you all, if you can make it, to be there. And if money is a problem at all of being there, please reach out. I'd love to talk to you and help make a way for you to be there.
How much are tickets? Where do we purchase?
Go Change Your Life. I'm sorry, I did that before. ComeChangeYourLife.com. Go Change Your Life by coming. But you want to go to ComeChangeYourLife.com to get your tickets, and I think there's different ticket levels of how you want to participate. So just go to the website and check out the different ticket prices.
And if you hashtag BTBY, it's $100 off.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So thank you again, everybody, for being here. Again, please reach out if you're feeling alone, if you're feeling lonely, if you're feeling unrelatable in life and you need somebody to talk to. Know that there's many of us here at the Activate Your Power Now platform. Reach out to anybody. We're all willing to hold some space. And if we feel like we can't, we will make sure you get to somebody who can. So please reach out.
We're just gonna perform the 2 verses today. And then we want your opinion on if you guys are gonna really make it out to this conference or not, right? Let's do it. It's your boy, Coffee Cup Chuck, back with another powerful, powerful message. Yeah, check this out. 168 hours in a week, 56 of it spent on sleep, 40 more of it spent at the gig. Gotta work if you wanna live now. Subtract the 56 and the 40 from 168, and that'll leave you 72 hours to plan and create. But you see, we're so distracted. It all goes to waste. That procrastinating and fear, it really slows your pace. You think tomorrow's promised just because you see the day. You think tomorrow's promised so the time just ticks away. And then there's those excuses that we make to justify why we're so stationary. But see, it's just a lie. Just a cover up to butter up your reason why. Something we tell ourselves so we don't even have to try. What are you really doing? Gotta get your head up out of the sand. Who are you really fooling? You don't even think you can. No matter what's going on in that head of yours, just know that you're special and part of God's plan. But I want to know, what are you doing for yourself? Are you just getting old? Is your talents going to waste? You ain't trying to grow? That's what I was saying.
Sneak peek.
Becoming the best version of yourself is a journey. When you believe in yourself, you can move mountains. Let's start your journey today at ComeChangeYourLife.com. All you have to do is take the first step, and we will help you along the way. Are you ready? Change starts now. Become the best version of yourself. Reach for the world. Kansas City is coming. ComeChangeYourLife.com. Become the best version of you. Let known influencers such as Saucony Prince and Dr. Ruben West show you how to overcome and move forward and get to the next stage of your life. You don't want to miss this, Kansas City. August 25th through the 27th, ComeChangeYourLife.com. Host Brenda Ringwood and Terrence Lethbridge bring quality speakers. Go on over to ComeChangeYourLife.com because change happens here. Welcome to Becoming the Best You, where superheroes are made. Become your own superhero. You can do it. Stop being the sidekick. You are a superhero. Show us your power. Join us today and reach for the world. Learn how at Becoming the Best You. So grab your cape superhero and meet us there. ComeChangeYourLife.com, August 25th through the 27th.